was wondering if we could do an interview with you about the situation with Joan Morgan.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
So what happened with her? The county's saying that you
Yes.
defrauded her or scammed her.
Yeah, that's what they're saying. Now, if they did an investigation, they should know that the house was in foreclosure. If they did their investigation, they would know that the payees, Multnomah County, had quit paying the taxes on that house. They quit paying the insurance on that house. That put Joan Morgan's loan in default. Joan Morgan was going into a foster home. Okay? That's how that panned out.
Okay.
This was a 50-50 agreement. That house was supposed to have been 50-50. She cannot be a 50-50 because any money on financing or anything else goes straight to those payees. Also, before this happened in 2016, Joan Morgan had a stroke. Okay, her house was broken into. There was an insurance settlement with that for $1,700. The payees got their hands on that money and it's never been seen since.
Okay.
Now you explain to me how I'm a bad guy keeping her out. If it wasn't for the fact that my son went 29 days in ICU, I was used, scammed for this. What's on that restraining order has no claim on me, has no equity in it. I would have been in jail if it was true. Do you understand?
Do you think a normal person would sign over a deed for $5
Yes,
though?
Not for $5. I've got money in that house for the last 3 years. Since 2015, I have had money invested in that house. I'm the one that's been out there with Joan Morgan, cutting blackberries, cutting trees. She would mow the yard, doing stuff like that, okay? Yes, I
regardless
have a
of how much money,
regardless?
but how much money, regardless of that, the county's still saying that it was inappropriate
I don't care what the county
to
says. Who is
have
the
her
county?
sign the deed.
I don't care. I think the county is inappropriate when they get up there and have to lie and perjure.
Are you
proof
saying
do
they're
they have?
lying?
Yes, yeah. You know what? Go down that courthouse. It's a matter of public record. And you look at it both for December 14th, then you look at it again for January 10th of 18. There is no victim and there is no crime.
Now Joan has signed the restraining order, has authorized the restraining order against you,
Yes.
and agrees with the county in this
Yes,
matter.
and
so
if you go back in there and look at that, Joan Morgan said in front of that judge, I've never seen any pistols, no abuse had occurred. When that judge was talking to her, there is no victim. There is no crime.
So you're saying that you did not victimize Joan?
No, I didn't victimize Joan. No, absolutely not. Do the investigation. That's what this is about. Thank you. I've been on the computer wanting this to
How much
happen.
money have you put into that house? Because neighbors say it was in a pretty bad state.
It was. It was in a bad state. Have you been over there to look at it?
I
It's
haven't
in a
been
much better
inside.
state. I was the one in the process of painting the thing, cleaning the thing, stripping wallpaper. I hired the man to come over here and with a chainsaw and cut the trees down and cut all that stuff back. Yes, I did that. That was out of my pocket, my expenses. I'm the one that paid the dump fees.
How much were you paying for rent?
I was paying for rent.
How much were you
In
paying
the
to
beginning,
stay there?
I was paying $50 a week.
So you're paying to stay there, and you're saying that you
I
and
paid to have my stuff there. I rented the garage for $50 a week.
so you and her were roommates. So would it be logical that you might invest some money in there as a roommate,
Sure.
but it still wouldn't be your right to take the home for $5?
Wait a minute. When they canceled her homeowner's insurance, I took Joan Morgan to my homeowner's insurance. Okay? Joan Morgan was already prepared herself. Okay, she's not the woman you think she is. Or at least she wasn't. She may be today. But when Joan Morgan and I were Joan Morgan and she wasn't this type of woman. She's not the person you think she is.
What
now,
kind of person is she? I'm not understanding what you mean.
Conniving, evil, and manipulative.
How can she be the manipulative one if you got her home for $5?
No. How this happened. Now, you want to go back into, look at the name on that, the notary. Look at the notary. You go back and you asked him. Those dollar days, remember the dollar days in real estate?
I don't.
Oh, you don't. I know, you're younger. But during the time, there was a dollar deal that you could do. There's no longer that dollar deal that you could do. Just like that, people would get smart and pay their fines in pennies. You can't do that anymore. They're only going to accept so much change. This is the same thing. I told that man right then and there, I said, under oath, isn't it under oath? I said, I don't have my receipts of what I've paid up until here. I don't have them with me. I'm not prepared for this. But Joan made the appointment. She made the appointment. She got the papers. That's when we sat down. I said, I'm not prepared for this. I don't have a tally. Joan Morgan sat right there, and she said, well, just give me $5. The man said, yeah, that would work. I reached in and gave Joan Morgan $5, and that's what he put on the paper. $5. That's my receipt. It has nothing to do with actuality and what the money I spent there. That was $5 because I had to give her something right then. I had to have an amount of something, and I didn't have it totaled.
Well, the county is saying that you manipulated her into doing this.
No, I was the one manipulated. Now you go back there and you talk to Ruth. Ruth is somebody else that speaks on behalf of the payees. All right? Now, when she's telling me I'm standing up against my truck 2 or 3 days after my son's funeral, don't you know I manipulated Joan? Let me tell you how I did this sitting in the emergency room. And no, you're going to listen to this.
But you could see how someone
I don't care.
Would see this from the outside would think a person who's homeless that moves in and is essentially renting.
Who said I'm homeless?
The county.
Holly Martinez, the county.
Yes. Someone who's homeless moves in and rents and then gets a deed for $5 to the house.
Where was I homeless? When was I homeless? I had an address.
Was it here? Were you living here before?
No, I was living out there in Holgate, 103rd and Holgate.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
And then
yes, I was there.
I'm just trying to understand. Well,
No,
what about
I
your
wasn't
past
homeless.
convictions? Because that was mentioned before.
My past convictions, go look it up for yourself.
Drug offenses and other
What drug
things.
What drug
I thought
offenses?
I saw drug offenses.
What drug offenses? Come on, what drug offenses? Where's my record? What drug offenses?
So you don't
Bring
have a
it.
record.
Bring it.
That's something that we
I
are
got a
mistaken
record,
on.
but it doesn't have drug offenses. Find it. Bring it to me. Before you sit up here and slander me, bring me the proof.
I'm not slandering you. I'm just
Seriously.
asking you
What,
about
drugs?
your record.
You want drugs? Show me where it says drugs on my record. You know, you're really unprepared
Well,
to come up here and
tell me
confront
what
me
your
with
record
this.
is then.
Go look for it. It's a
I
matter
can
of
look-
public record.
I can go look for it. I
Go
thought I
do
saw
it.
some
Go do
assault.
that.
I thought
Go-
an assault in there
What?
too.
What? How long ago?
2004, 2009.
No, there wasn't. What? You're full of shit.
Okay. I mean, I might be mistaken. That's why I'm
2009?
asking
Yes,
you.
you are. Straight up.
Okay.
There is nothing. There is nothing. I went over a cliff on Highway 30 if you want to go look at that. Let's go talk to the emergency room. You want medical records? You want to bring drugs into it? There were no drugs. It was prescription. A prescription called Neurontin. You know what that is? It's for seizures. You know what that did to me? Go look at it. Go up here. I'll sign a release. You want my medical records? I went 150 feet over that cliff. I dropped 25, 30 feet out of the sky and shoveled my way backwards. Go talk to Search and Rescue about this.
Well, if you have your records, you can
No,
bring them
what
out
do
and
I
show
want
them
that
to us.
record for? I am the record. I'm
Okay,
still
well,
upright.
You mentioned if you
Well,
wanted
you're
to,
bringing
I could
stuff up. You don't
request.
even know what you're talking about. Request it. I don't care. I do not care. Go look
All
for
right.
it. Please look
All
at
right.
all of it. Go look at the whole big picture, sweetheart. That's what I come here for. That's what I've been here. I want somebody to sit down and talk to me. Let's do it. Let's do a live talk show. Let's go. Let's go. But when you sit down, you better have all your information to what's happening here.
Okay.
Okay, go back to this hospital, St. Adventist Hospital. You go down there. I'm there with my son at his bedside. I see you. Okay? Total life support on a block of ice. I'm there. Where is Joan? Right there.
So,
Oh, I'm manipulating Joan every day for 29 days. Joan Morgan was right here.
so you knew her for 29 days before she signed over
I
the
know.
deed.
I've been knowing Joan since 2014. Oh, but that doesn't count for nothing. I met Joan in 2014.
Okay. So you're saying you're not homeless.
No, I have never been homeless. I have not been homeless since Ritzdorf Court. I have not been homeless.
Then why did
Period.
you move in with Joan? What happened? Why did you move into her house?
Joan did not want to. The house is starting foreclosure. It was going into foreclosure. They were talking, this is what I'm saying. After my son's funeral, I went right back over to Joan's house. I'm visiting Joan. I'm always over at Joan's. I see Joan every day for the last 4 years, but I can't count this. Every day. Every day.
Okay.
Every day.
Well, she's going to need continued care wherever she is.
Well,
so
that's
why
fine.
would you take the house for $5? What was
I
your
did not, you
plan?
don't- Did I explain that to you? Review the tape. I explained it to you.
So you were going to pay her back.
That was in front of the notary. because I did not have my tally right there and everything I spent. When I'm told that I have to give her something because I didn't have a tally, and when Joan Morgan sits there, go ask the man. You got his name, go ask him. When she sits there and she says, give me $5, that's what I did, and that's what went on the paper. Go ask the lawyer.
So this was
Go talk to
this
Joan
was an
Morgan's
innocent mistake.
lawyer.
You didn't mean to buy the house for
No,
$5.
absolutely not.
Would you give the deed
Absolutely
back
not.
then? And
Would I? They've got everything I own. They stole my son's ashes behind a lie, behind a straight up lie. They had to lie.
But would you
They've got my
fix
son's
this
ashes
then?
down
If you're
there.
saying that this was a mistake, that Joan asked for $5 and you didn't really intend to buy the house for $5,
No,
would you
it was
give
not
it
my
back?
intention. What, the $5?
No, the
I
house.
want my money back that I spent. Let me get my records and let me get my receipts and let me get the time and what my labor. Let me get all this back since 2015. You let me do that? Yes.
But as a housemate living there, do you think that you're owed that?
Do I? Yes. Do you think I owe her everything I own?
Do you think
Do you
Joan
think
owes
I
you?
owe? Do you think? Yeah, Joan owns 32 years of my life. Everything I own is on that property. Everything I own on that property is because I got played.
Okay, but the neighbors hadn't seen you
don't
around
care.
for 32 years. I mean, then the church became concerned. They'd never seen you with her
I
before,
didn't-
and she went to church
What did I
a
tell
lot.
you? What did I tell you?
You
What did
told
I
me
just tell
several
you?
different things.
Are
You
you
talked
simple?
about living there for a month.
Are you simple?
No,
Are you
I'm trying to
simple?
understand.
I did not say I knew Joan for 32 years. I said this is 32 years of my life. Do you own things in your house? Are you homeless?
Are you telling
own
me
things
that
in
because
your
you
house?
moved stuff into Joan's house that you've had for 32 years, she owed you money?
It belongs to me. Do you understand? When you open your door, everything in that property belongs to you. Is it yours? Is it not yours?
So were you
don't believe
evicted? Or are you not
What?
able to get
What?
your stuff back?
What?
Are you not able to get your stuff back because of the restraining order?
When I am told Joan Morgan moved 6 days before I was served with that restraining order. Now you want hokey? That's hokey. When she moves out, hits me with a restraining order 6 days later, and I answer that restraining order. I was at that house every day.